Hello kings and queens. Hi, I'm back. Thank you for all the email that I got, and I know at the beginning I was just wondering, like, oh my god, when do I start? What do I do? What am I gonna talk about? And then now that I got the feedback from you guys, which is like really like encouraging, I really just wanted to take the time and say thank you. So continue to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so today's video is going to be about why you can't find love, or why you can find love but you can't keep the love. All right, so yes, let's just get right into it. So the reason why we really can't find love or we can't keep the love that we find is just because that we are, once we get with somebody, like, instead of just like getting to know the person, we start pointing fingers at each other and something happens. So now if you are going to do something like that, like the number one thing not to do, if you are going to do it, and that's what's gonna happen, you're just not gonna be able to like keep your relationship. Okay, because it's good to like understand what you've done wrong, understand who the person is, and it's like it's always great to take responsible, like to take like the responsibility of knowing that when you are wrong, because like so many people don't understand when they are wrong. Instead of them like admitting it, they like pointing fingers. Like if the person says, I don't like what you did to me, instead of sitting down and talk about it, the person would like answer you like that, saying, well, what about when you did this to me? What about when you did that? So it's just never right to do that. It's not about pointing fingers. If the person have like the courage to address the issues and what's going on, you should have the courage to understand and listen and fix it if you care about the person, you know. So it's not about like you've done it too, you've done it before, so if you continue to do that, it's not gonna go anywhere. So like the very first thing to do is like admitting when you are wrong, and as long as you do that, you're gonna be able to keep your loved ones, you're gonna be able to find love, you know, and the person is gonna be like, you know, more understanding and more like attaching to you if you can understand what the person is asking for, you know. And the second thing is like stop asking for what you are not giving back. You understand? Like if you are not giving something, don't ask for it. And if you want something, you are not getting it, then start doing it. You know, it's like it's kind of like the opposite way. You know, if you want the person to do something for you, the very first thing you are going to do is to start doing the thing that you want the person to do for you. You know, and then the person is gonna see that, oh my god, like she did this, oh my god, like he did that. So it's like, okay, what do I do next? I mean, because it's always like really a challenge just to keep it going, to keep it moving in the relationship, because if you are being nice, the person understands that you are being nice, they're gonna start being nice back to you. That's how it works, you know. And I know you're like, no, like many times I'm like being nice and I don't get it back, then continue doing it, you know. And if you don't get it back, then have a conversation about it. But you know, you should get it back, because if you are going to sit there being nice with somebody, they're just going to be nice back to you. You know, they're not just going to sit there saying, you know what, like, she's being nice, I don't care about it. And then if it's the case, that's mean you are in a relationship all by yourself, okay? I'm sorry to say it, but if it's the case, that's what the problem is, because it shouldn't be like that. You should just, like, talk about it and understand each other, and it's like, you know, like, you should feel as if like you are not in it by yourself, you know. So if it's like that, where you're like, oh my god, I keep doing this, I keep doing that, I don't get anything back in return, then you have to check the relationship. So it's something that it's like a one-way street, you know, and you don't want to be like in a one-way relationship, you know. So that's like the second thing. And the third thing I would say, many times what we do, we take our frustration or stress on each other, or your loved ones. Like, I know what's going on now with the virus. Everybody's at home. It's just like a lot of us are just like sitting here getting to know our partners, our children. Like, you're just getting to know everyone because like so many people are like in the house. So it's like, and then that's when they get to know the person that they are with. Why? Because they never really got to know them. They never really got to spend that much time with them. It happened a lot last year, and this year not too much, but so when you are in the house, don't take the stress out on each other. Don't take the stress out of your loved ones, because it's like we are all going through the same thing. Because sometimes you're thinking that, well, I'm stressed, well, like, I don't care, or well, whatever you want to use to express your frustration. Don't do it to each other, because once you love someone, you just want to be there for them. If you are stressed and then you are in the house with someone, that person should be the first person to go to, and then if you don't have that relationship, then it's a problem. So don't take like the frustration, the stress out on each other, because it's not worth it, and it's just gonna like it's just gonna make it more stressful, and the environment is just gonna be uncomfortable, and then the feelings, the love is just gonna go away, and then you don't want that. So don't, it's like, be there for each other, like, like have, make it like so comfortable where the person can come to you and talk about the situation. Like, be that shoulder for that person to come and cry on, or to just be there for, or to just like talk to. Because sometimes you are like in a relationship and you can't really be like transparent to speak to the person about whatever the situation is. And then if it's the problem or the case, it's like a big problem being in a relationship, because your significant other, you should be able to go to your significant other about anything and everything. That's just me, because I feel as if like it's an open environment, like a judgment-free zone. Like, you are that person the person can count on, and also like you can count on that person too. And to me, as long as you make the environment comfortable, there shouldn't be any problem. It should be like a judgment-free zone, like, I know it's something like, because sometimes people are like, you know what, I don't want to be telling my situation or what I'm going through, and then they keep it to themselves, and it just got worse, because sometimes the person gets mad. It's not even about you. You are not the problem. They're going through something else that they can't really talk to you about, so make that environment at home where your significant other can come to you, and it's just gonna be, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's gonna create the love environment, like, the feelings, like, like everything is just gonna fall into place. Like, just try it. Try it. If it doesn't work out, then hey, but what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose until you try it. Just try it. So I think that was the third things, right? One, yeah. So the fourth things is make time for each other. Sometimes you are going through things with in life in general, or whatever you are going through, like I mentioned, like the stress or whatever the problem might be, just make time for each other. Like, you're gonna pick that one day where you like, today we're not gonna talk about anything but us. Or if you don't want to talk about you and the person, just make it like today is just gonna be fun, where it's just like fun time, just like from the first time you guys started dating. It works a whole lot, because I've done it and it works out pretty much very, very well for me. So that's why I'm like, talking about it, because to me it's worth it. Like, you know what the person is going through, you know how the person feels. Because sometimes, and try not to make it personal, because it's just not personal. Once you are in a relationship with the person, it's not personal anymore, so it's all about understanding. It's all about like, I got you, you got me, so just make it like very like, just like I mentioned, just very like a judgment-free zone for the person to just sit there and talk about just you and the person. And then try not to get into an argument while doing it, because sometimes that happens when you think you're gonna have like a smooth conversation, and then it turns out to be like the worst conversation. It turns out to be like, oh my god, like, you start talking about the past, or you start talking about something that you don't like, or you start talking about like, and then it got worse. No, like, just make it like that day, if you have to address something, address it, but at the same time, just make it like fun, make it like beautiful, make it like lovely, make it like something like unforgettable, like, so instead of just like it, I mean, I'm not saying that day to pretend that everything is okay. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying the same energy you have that you put into like arguing with each other or want to take each other's head off. So you can take that time too, that same energy, to put it into, how do you feel? What's going on? Like, let's just have fun, So that way you balance it out. As long as that's the person you want to be with, that's the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, that's like your forever. So it's good too to not like ignore that part where you like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that day to have fun. I'm just gonna take that day to laugh. I'm just gonna take that day to watch this movie. I don't care about what happened yesterday. Like, today is just about us. It's just about like spending time together. It's all about like being there for each other. It's all about like you remind yourself, or you guys, like the relationship, like why am I here? Like, am I at the right spot? Like, am I supposed to be here? Is it the right person I'm supposed to be with? So, so it's like, it's that day where you check the relationship, and it's okay to check it. The same way you check the situation at the house, the same way you gave your all or your energy about like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and argue instead of that crazy environment. So it's the same way you can just sit there and set up that great environment and check on the relationship. So take that day for you guys to just have fun, and then you can always pick up the next day, okay, about whatever else you want to pick up from, okay? So you can always pick up from there. You can always like continue wherever you left off from like the argument, if it's what you guys like, if it's, I don't know, if it's whatever you have to fix, like, I'm just saying, I'm not judging anyone, because we all go through it, and this is life, nobody's perfect. So that's what I would say, and then as long as you start doing that, I think you're gonna be okay, because it's really like, and then sometimes, the person, some people are like at home, just like I mentioned, and it's like, that's what's happening. And then some people at home they are happy. They love being home because they've never been home. They always at work, they always working. It's always like, oh my god, like, I have to go to work. I don't have time to spend with my wife, my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriends, like my kids. So some people are like enjoying it too at the same time. And some people are like at work, and some people are at home. So it's like, sometimes the one that go to work, if they come home and something is happening at work and it's like a stressful day, if you have that bad day at work, you should just leave it at the job, wherever it happened, okay? Just leave it there. And then you can pick it up in the morning or in the afternoon, whenever you are going back to work. Just leave it by the door, by your job. And then if you go home, just talk about it as if you couldn't talk about it at work. You couldn't just be yourself. You couldn't be real about the situation. So now you come home, you have somebody you can talk to about it, and like, oh my god, like, like, you really feel the stress. Not like bringing the stress home where you are creating more problem in your personal life. Because at the end of the day, a job or your business is just, it's not personal. So you have to understand to make the differences between personal or businesses or your life, So as long as you can do that, I think you're going to be able to find love. You're going to be able to keep love. You're going to be able to enjoy your significant other, So to me, that's just what you have to do. And if you don't do that, if you don't do it, you're not going to be able to keep anyone. Because if you're going to keep printing fingers, do the opposite of everything that I just mentioned right now. keep keep like printing fingers at each other, and not taking the time with each other. You know, if you don't do that, it's gonna be a problem. Or taking the stress out on each other, then it's gonna be a problem. Like, you know, because your home should be like a place when you are in, you are smiling, like you are happy, like you are loving it, like it's fun. Like, I want to be here, you know, I don't want to be anywhere else. Like, if you have to step out and by the time you're coming back home, you're like excited like about getting home, you know. It's not like, oh my god, I'm going home now, you know. It's like, that's the worst to do to anyone. You don't want to do it to yourself, you don't want to do it to your significant other. So it's like, it should be like your safe spot where you go home, you happy, like that's home, that's my family, I enjoy it. So, and the guy can do it, the man can do it, or the woman can do it. Like, set up your environment, you know. So set up your environment, be real about it, love it. It's all about love, you know. So just make it happen, and then everything is going to be okay. So that's my take on finding love and keeping love. So thank you so much, guys. Continue liking, continue sharing, continue emailing me, and continue to subscribe. Thank you so much. Goodbye, kings and queens. Mwah. I love you guys.